Welcome back to another Stain podcast. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Check us out on YouTube. So
Whoops.
what are you looking at?
I don't know. An ad started playing.
About
Korean dictator.
was that news or an ad?
It was news.
Oh man, that's so.
Same thing. You know, news is basically ads these days.
That's
Very true. Very true.
You know, they're just trying to push their little fucking agenda.
what was that? Was that like the little Kimmy?
Little
Trump and
Kim, yeah,
Kimmy?
the whole Kim Jong-Un little what was it? What do they call it? Summit?
Yeah, summit. You know, because they're reaching the top.
What even happened? I heard like, isn't everyone saying like we went down the shitter?
I have no idea what happened to that thing. I did not.
I didn't.
Well,
pay
they
attention
were
to it
talking
at
about
all.
denuclearization. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
I know Kim Jong-Un did not take Donald Trump's deal.
You
Do
know,
you guys think that's a good idea? Taking away everyone's nukes?
Well, no, that the whole thing was like the U.S. isn't giving up their nukes. North Korea would just be giving up their nukes.
Is that fair?
I mean,
The
we're powerful enough to kind of tell people what to do.
That's
the,
true.
the situation that North Korea is in is like all the trade embargoes or whatever.
Yeah, didn't like Trump say if they got rid of their nukes and stuff?
Yeah,
we'd lift like some
lift-
sanctions on them or
yeah,
whatever.
so like they could get actually food and feed their people for once.
That's
Why
terrible.
why do we care about that?
Well,
What's that gonna help?
I mean, because there are children there that
when the
are
U.S. kind of
that
has just a
starving.
policy that like even if something doesn't like directly affect us, like we kind of care about human rights
We're like
violations.
the moderator. Everything.
We're like a world police officer.
Kind of, yeah. But there's always some sort of interest we have in mind, and I guess North Korea having nukes is probably not a great idea because
Probably not.
Kimmy's a little unstable.
That's safe to say.
Yeah.
So crazy how Trump towers over Kim. Trump's 6'3", Kim's 5'7".
The short little pudgy man.
Kim doesn't poop though. You know that?
Why?
Because he's a god.
Wow.
Really?
That factual?
No. Have you seen the movie The Interview?
No.
I have.
That was funny.
Well, thanks.
All the
Thanks
fake
for letting me know
grocery
that's funny.
stores.
Oh my goodness! Did you see that the U.S. hit the new debt ceiling pretty soon? 22 trillion.
What? So like, what does that even mean?
I don't know, cause like, are we? I have no idea.
We're
how debt
already
works.
we're deep in shit already.
We're so in debt.
Yeah, people want.
But honestly, is our debt's not like a problem? per
Yeah,
se.
because if
it's basically just faked debt. We
if
just keep
anyone comes
printing money.
knocking, just fucking nuke them.
Right? Yeah. Like who's gonna collect our debt?
I like. Who are we in debt to?
China, privatized companies.
China's probably the biggest one.
Uh,
I would say.
Well, probably like a
That's
lot
where
of
we
like
get all our shit from.
well, and a lot of private companies even in the U.S.
True.
Like the government buys a lot from them. Like who do you think builds their aircraft and all that stuff?
Yeah, you're right. Like Boeing and freaking Lockheed Martin. Kinda.
Yeah, all the military cuts. So like with the debt ceiling, like what?
I don't even know how that works. Yeah, is it just the government's like, oh yeah, this company will give you more money, you build this, and then we just don't have like enough funds to pay for it.
So like, is that just kind of like a little benchmark? Like, look at us, we're now 22 trillion.
I might look into that future reference.
Yeah, that'd be good. Good stuff.
Yeah, like
Kim Jong-Un has a weird looking wife.
is she? He has a wife.
Yeah,
I never. Wow, that's weird to
He's
think
like-
of.
Does he have kids?
Yeah,
I don't know anything
I don't know.
about him. He's probably slaying the ladies.
no.
Oh yeah, he is. Oh,
I
I bet those North Korean chicks are lined up to get a little taste
Oh,
of Kimmy's Kimmy.
100%.
he does have a kid,
How old is
Kim Jue.
he? Ooh,
What does she look like?
Oh,
And then his wife is Ri Salju.
I bet his wife's like 14. Never mind.
that'd be bad.
Yeah, she
See-
probably is.
She was born. She's 29 years old.
How old is Kim? Or Jong-Un?
See,
He's got to be way older than 29. He's like,
He's 35.
I guess that's
Not
not
that big.
of a difference. Yeah.
It's only like 6 years.
No, how old is this Trump's wife?
Trump's wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge. Trump's like what, 70 and she's like 40?
Yeah.
She's older than that.
Melania.
Like 50.
Yeah, well, she doesn't look a day past 30. I'll tell you that.
Well,
Slide in those DMs, you know what I'm saying?
That, she's probably the hottest first lady we've had in a while.
she's not.
She's 48 years old.
She's not that hot. Okay, she's not like. She's probably
She's
hot.
definitely not bad.
Yeah, she's hot.
She was younger, but she was.
She
younger.
is goddamn smoke.
I would take fucking Trump over her, though, in bed.
She is taller than Kim Jong-Un.
How tall is she?
5'11". That's tall.
That is tall.
Well, Trump's a big guy.
Likes a big lady.
Like,
72 Donald
yeah,
Trump.
a 72-year-old with a freaking 48-year-old.
That's pretty normal nowadays.
For rich, rich old men
Rich
having.
old men have young.
I mean,
young wives.
Trump doesn't seem like he's 72. He still walks around like a 38-year-old man.
Bernie Sanders is 77, and he walks around like a 98-year-old man.
It seems like more than 5 years in between Trump and Bernie. Like, Trump seems a little bit younger.
Oh yeah, Bernie's an old kook. He's like your grandpa that when he was younger took a little too much acid, and now he's fucking crazy. Now he's trying to run for president.
I think like lots of those like big guys that get shit done, like Trump, hate him or like him, whatever, or like any like big business like mogul or tycoon. I bet because they always seem like look at Jeff Bezos. Like he looks young, like he looks good for what he. How old is he? He's not. I don't know if he's that old, like 50, but he looks younger than that. He's 55 and he looks good.
Good looking dude.
Yeah, lots of these guys I bet are like really into it's called like self-care.
Yeah, if you have so
Yeah.
much money, and Trump's getting those spray tans,
Like where they
Getting his
take
hair done.
Yeah, looking like a
I
snack.
would put money on the fact that they make sure they get at least 8 hours of sleep every night. And then they get up and they just get to work.
Like Gary Vee.
Get the work
Yeah.
done. Don't waste your sleep time. Play on your phone. You're awake, work, sleep.
Yeah, like because
I've-
they just work so much. They do a lot of shit. They gotta make that. Like, how old is Elon Musk?
Elon Musk isn't that old. Is
He's
he?
young.
He's young. He's kind of
47. He's 47.
He's like some.
Really? He's 47?
That's a lot older than I thought.
Yeah, I thought
He
he was
looks
like
good, too.
He's got a really
35.
modern mind though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's into the new stuff, which is what we need. Oh,
He's an innovator.
the Stain podcast is gonna be the next Tesla.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Make a car company called The Stain.
Anyone would buy.
I'd
If
buy
you
that
bought
shit.
that, I'd be surprised.
I'd buy
I
it.
mean, I wouldn't care, but
What if it's like, it'd be like the Roadster but faster?
what?
Better, bigger.
I don't know.
Ah.
Oh,
How you doing, Asher?
I'm hanging in.
Hanging in there?
Rough night.
How are those ibuprofens?
I think I'm
Doing the
feeling
job?
They
I think I'm
they,
feeling
They
it.
kicking in yet?
it. Yeah, they're kicking in a little bit. Still good.
Yeah, I'm still so sore because I just crashed on the floor. Oh man, my hand is still tingling 6 hours after I got up.
It was a
Fuck.
rough little night for me last night.
The old
Partied a little too hard, eh?
nah.
Yeah, I'm I'm gonna be honest. I gotta be honest.
I showed up and the party was almost over, and it was only 9 o'clock.
The party started a little early and ended a little fast.
The bathroom was out of commission for the whole night.
Yeah. It happens, you know? It happens.
Oh,
Shut up.
I don't feel good.
You gotta go puke on your mic. The world hear that.
Shut up.
You shut up. Okay, the only whore in this room is.
Hey, now.
Yeah, we all know what
Hey.
we do.
Well, you know,
Well, how many wives?
whatever makes me happy, guys. You guys should not define what makes me happy.
This is modern
Bitch.
day slavery.
Modern day slavery.
And the way you treat your horse.
Yeah.
They like it. Why is it bad?
The
Okay, do you
FBI
know what
should
really
come
pisses me
take
off?
you away. What?
Like Nike acts like they're some like super good like high and mighty brand all the time.
Goody two shoes.
Yeah, and they have fucking slave shops in like Vietnam or whatever.
Yeah, like
But I mean, a lot of companies, a lot of big companies,
but-
especially clothes. Adidas is the same way.
They have slaves. Yeah.
I mean, but like you shouldn't. Like that almost seems like two-faced. It is two-faced. It's extremely two-faced.
Oh, 100%.
To be like
fake.
to run their little Colin Kaepernick ad, and then have some like thousands of little 15-year-old kids over in India working 24/7 for the rest of their lives. You know?
Yeah, and they're probably just working to like survive, you know?
And they're
not making
like Nike has so much fucking money. They don't need.
They
slave
could
labor.
move it all over the
Yeah.
U.S. and be fine.
Yeah, they could easily pay and they could pay those people like
Yeah,
$1 a day.
like minimum wage,
Which would
whatever. the
which would
country is,
actually
but
build an economy over in those
Yeah.
places.
It would just help the whole world as a whole.
But here's the thing: is like big corporations like that. Now you might think this is a little extreme, but like lots of it, it acts like tyranny, like a tyrannical ruler kind of, where
Like the company like
yeah,
Nike
like-
over and
like
wherever
they want
have
to
their shops.
keep the key in any like tyrannical government is to keep the people poor.
Yes,
That
true.
so it keeps them in check.
Yeah.
So it keeps them needy, right?
Keeps them working.
Yeah, it makes them like keep fighting. So like with Nike, they act like that. They go over to these desolate places that they could easily fix up and turn around, and spark innovation and ambition, and maybe some kid over there would actually, create a new life for himself. Then it just become like another global
Giant
superpower.
snowball effect, you know?
Yeah, but no, Nike wants to keep it all desolate and poor because they just get free, cheap shit done.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I'm not saying it's right, but it's definitely a better business move.
It's
the way
Yeah,
smart.
it's a
you do it.
money move for
Yeah,
sure.
But it's not
smart.
right.
Yeah.
Especially when you go toting around that you're some savior of the fucking slaves. Yeah, like I'm not saying boycott. Like, here's the thing: have you guys been hearing about all these stupid boycotts?
No, not
Like,
really.
So all right, like there's a back 5 months ago, I'd say H&M, they had like a black kid modeling and wearing like a hoodie with a monkey on it,
Mm-hmm.
and they said
Oh,
that
yeah.
was racist, and so everyone had a boycott of H&M, and then
Like
And
the
that-
shit, like the shit that's going on with Gucci right now.
yeah,
too.
yeah, the whole Gucci blackface,
Yeah.
what is it, sweater?
Yeah, they have like a sweater and it like pulls up and it's like a black face or whatever.
I think did they yeah, I'm not on board with all that like boycott crap. Like, I mean, do what you want, but like I was never a boycotter. Like, if I need a pair of running shoes, I'm gonna buy Nikes. I might not like what Nike does, but I'll buy Nikes just because it's easier.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna boycott anybody, but I just don't like when companies like, I don't know, prance around and act like they
Well-
stand for something they actually commit.
You like really want to like, make a statement about that. I guess like an individual.
Release your slaves.
An individual, like I'm talking about, if you want to,
Oh,
kind of denounce Nike, like, an individual, it's not really gonna do anything.
yeah.
Like, if everybody stopped buying it, but the thing is, nobody cares. Like, honestly, people always
Right.
prance around like, oh, I hate slave. I'm all about
I'm wearing
equal
a fucking
rights,
Nike hat
all
right
this
now.
stuff. Like all these like movie stars and famous people, they're all talking about how they, hate Trump. He's so evil. I hate all this stuff. But then they're prancing around with their iPhones and Nike shoes
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
it's
Why fucking pick on one person if you're not gonna
Yeah.
do shit about
Yeah.
the rest? You know.
mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it's that's the thing. You gotta like either give a shit about all of it or don't give any shit about any of it.
Yeah.
You know, or you're just gonna look like a snake.
Big
Yeah.
old snake.
And that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with like I think a common theme in our like generation right now is this whole like being offended easily.
People want to play the victim. That's kind of,
People just want to be offended.
yeah.
They get off on that.
I mean,
I mean, that sounds like harsh, but it's true. You know.
Everyone's too fucking soft.
That's true.
That's
and
true,
and
yeah.
nobody is willing to spend 5 minutes like looking at the truth about something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everyone makes up their mind just from what they hear from like fucking
It's all
Instagram.
hearsay. It's all hearsay.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh, this is terrible." It's like, "Well, do you really know what's going on?"
Yeah,
No,
like-
you don't.
Yeah, because you don't look at CNN, don't look at Fox, don't look at like that's not where you should be like drawing your number one conclusion.
Yeah, don't
and
draw conclusions from
position
one
on
source.
Like
any
look
point.
up the facts, like the hard facts.
Yeah, like data, you know,
numbers, that shit.
like and don't believe data you see on any news sites because they manipulate it. All sides do
Yeah, everyone
just-
just manipulates the data to make
yeah,
it match their, hypotheses.
because that's the number one rule in how to control any mass people is you make people think that like something's gonna happen. So like in case like the election of 2016, Hillary and Trump, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They said it was 96% chance that Hillary was gonna win, 4% chance that Trump was gonna win. I think CNN had that posted, or Washington Post or something had that posted. Now what they're trying to do is now the numbers definitely weren't like that. It was like 50-50 or 48.
It was pretty
but-
even.
Yeah, it was pretty even. Like that, the real numbers were like that. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to manipulate people's heads, so they're like, "Oh, Hillary's gonna win," you know?
So let's vote for Hillary.
Yeah,
Or like
I mean,
a
or
Trump
don't-
supporter's like, I might as well not even vote because
Yeah,
Hillary's gonna
'cause-
win anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So you're trying to control a mass by a stigma, and that's what they do with data, and that's what really any news companies can. It's just a mess, you know, and that in return creates, fake news, which creates fake drama, which creates fake people.
Yeah.
Kind of like the tree line effect.
And like the thing is, they don't have everything wrong. So, like they'll start out with the truths and facts, and then just slowly start to bend away and like start to give just pretty much opinions. Like the news is just all opinions. You know what I
Yep.
mean? There's no like hard facts on there. It's like, oh, this happened, and now we're gonna tell you what we think about it.
Everyone's got a fucking agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Their own fucking agenda.
yeah. Everyone wants to get across their point.
And if like you present them with facts, like Bernie Sanders, right? He seems like a smart, really just great guy when he's talking to like CNN News. They're like, oh, because they worship him, All like those liberals are like, oh, he's such a savior. Oh my goodness, get free college, free all this stuff. But like,
It sounds absolutely.
but if you ever
great.
see him having like a conversation or debate with someone who actually knows what they're talking about from the right, he is stupid.
Yeah.
Like he is not
Psycho.
like he's crazy.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yep.
I mean, he knows exactly what he's talking about, but people don't understand.
But
What,
he
you know.
knows that it's not gonna, it can't happen.
yeah, he'll just change the topic. Like, well, like I'm a business owner, and how are you? What are you gonna do to help me? He's like,
Yeah.
he just completely
squirms.
changes the topic. He's like, oh, the big companies
He dodges.
It's
He
like, shut
dodges.
up, Ernie. People are saying that they think he's gonna make a comeback in the 2020 election.
There's a lot of people that are saying Hillary might run again. Do you hear that?
Oh no.
If Hillary runs again, she's gonna get absolutely smoked.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna come out on her. That's the thing. Just take what you have. Like you have enough money. Just call it quits. Get out of politics. Divorce Bill. I mean, like
Get away from
we
Bill.
all know you guys are just married for like the political, whatever.
Just go in the Clinton Foundation,
clout.
take all the money from it. Yeah, you already take it anyways, and just run. Go to
I mean, 'cause,
Mexico.
like, she runs again. She's gonna be in the public spotlight once again, and everything that was about to break free during the last election is going to be popped open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you like watch the news, you might like they're always worshiping like Hillary and stuff, and you're like, oh, Hillary's so good, and like you think that she's like gonna win, and that she has so many followers. But if you talk to like actual people, everybody like
All
hates
the
her.
shit she's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the same with like Trump. People are like, oh yeah, there's no way Trump is like ever gonna win like in 2020 because everyone hates him. Like that's what you would think
Yeah.
from looking at the news, but in reality, a lot of people really like what he's doing.
Yeah. He's
lots of
doing a
people-
lot of. He might not be the best man. Like he might not have the best character or whatever, but he is doing a fuck ton of good shit for the country.
Yeah, he is. Like
He's a great president.
his talking, when he says stuff, he's a little raunchy,
Yeah,
but
a
he's a
little
New
bit.
Yorker,
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, I mean, and like
His
you lots
tweets,
and
his
lots.
tweets are a little.
okay, he says some really stupid stuff, but he
Yeah.
hasn't done like he hasn't made any really stupid policies or
He's
laws.
a BSer.
Well, here's the thing. I think something that could benefit Trump immensely is if he like carried himself in a more presidential manner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If he
Not
carried himself
like-
in a presidential manner, there'd be like nothing against him really.
He just like that's part of the attraction to him, and that's also one of the biggest problems with him. Is just his raw.
He's real.
nature.
He's a
Like,
real man.
He's real, but that's not always the best way to approach.
True.
Well, just him being so wild and wacky, I think is probably one of the reasons like he got to the primaries, like he got to so far,
Right. Yeah.
and then he ended up winning. So now like his name's already out there. Everybody knows about him obviously. So
Trump
if he
went
runs
from
again,
like famous to probably one of the most famous people in the world.
like now if he runs again, he could be way more presidential. He wouldn't need that like crazy raunchy stuff to get publicity for it, and he could easily win again.
I was shocked that
For
he
sure.
actually won.
I was too. I didn't stay up to watch the election thing, and so I went to sleep. And I woke up in the morning. I just asked Siri. I was like, "Hey Siri, who's the president?" She's like, "Donald Trump." I'm like, "Holy cow, that is funny."
I'm
Yeah.
glad he won though.
Yeah, kids were like crying at school the next day. Me and Seth were like talking about it in class, and some girl just broke out in tears and had to leave and go in the hallway.
Fuck.
Yeah, we
Wait, that's what we
That's
call-
too much.
Like I wouldn't be crying if like someone that I didn't like won. You
yeah,
know?
like if Hillary won, I'm not fucking crying over it.
it's
You know?
just oh my goodness, it's all like identity politics.
Yeah.
People think that
And like, I feel bad for all like the women out there who think Hillary's actually fighting for them. She's a sleazebag.
She's
a
fighting for
scum-
herself.
fighting for money.
Yeah.
She just wants more money, more clout, more fame.
She's a clout chaser.
I mean, in a regard, everybody does, But the reason I
Well,
like Trump
yeah.
more than Hillary, multiple reasons, like different policies I agree with, economically mostly, but like, he's not doing it for the money. He's not in it for the
Yeah,
money.
he
'cause-
takes a salary of $1 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You say you take nothing, but like,
Legally, they had to give him
yeah,
something.
constitutionally, he has to take a salary. So
Yeah, I like that. That's
Like
an
that-
equality.
that's respectable. But you could also say he's doing it for the power, which
Doesn't every president do that though?
I mean, as the president, you have a little bit of power. You can
Just a
say that.
little
you
bit
are just the
of the
most
United
powerful man in the world.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Who do you think? Do you think the United States president is the most powerful person in the world?
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
a football.
Is it what?
They call it the football. It's the briefcase that the Secret Service carry around that has have the here that you can launch the nuclear. It's like it's one of three.
Don't like all three of them have to like, be,
Yeah,
Be
so
present to
so-
like launch.
the president has one. Secretary of State,
or
I believe,
defense
has
or
one.
something like that.
Some shit.
Yeah, defense, and then
Like head general
some like the head general
or
dude
something
whatever.
like that. Three
Yeah.
really important people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the president's one is like the most important one. It can override the other two,
Override.
I believe. Yeah.
Well, you need all three of them anyway.
Yeah, but like that's just like in a state of emergency. The president's football, they call it football.
Can the president like, without talking to anybody, just lie?
No.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he could declare a state of emergency.
Okay, if you can do that, I guess. Well, yeah, the state of emergency thing. Did Congress like vote to?
Well,
Not
they're like pursuing a prosecution, which I don't know how I feel about that. Like, we as a country, like, okay, it is a little weird. Like, it's a little different building a wall. You don't really see it that much, but why not try it? Because we dump more than this every year on just border protection and drug patrol.
True. Like the way I look at it, like nothing bad is gonna come from the wall.
Yeah, it's just
Like realistically, if you look at the facts, what bad is gonna come from the wall?
The only reason people don't want the wall to be built is because Trump wants it to be built. That's it.
True.
That is straight up it.
Obama wanted a wall built.
Everybody wants a wall built.
Hillary, I believe, was caught saying that she
There's
wanted a wall
nobody in previously like big people who were against a wall or like some sort of physical barrier between Mexico and the U.S.
which is that's just smart.
It's just that was one of Trump's main running points. He wanted that, and now all these people who just hate Trump because he,
Because he won.
he's a little raunchy sometimes because he's a boy. He's one of the boys. They hate
Boys
him.
will be boys.
Boys will be boys. Gillette. Sorry about that. God.
Yeah, like that's just.
I don't know.
I don't. It's. Here's the thing, right? Like, we cease to be productive when we just go, when we're just personal. You know,
Wait, sorry, say that again.
like
We cease to be productive.
when we get personal, like.
Yeah, that's exactly what identity politics
and
is.
whatever. Like, it's let's worry about what this is gonna do for the country, not what like it's gonna make the other person look. Because they all know if Trump actually pulls the wall off, which he is gonna, or most likely will, unless they have some great deposition or whatever court case. He's gonna look like he's gonna be one of the biggest fulfillers presidential history.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they don't want that. They don't want that to be
Him?
Yeah.
Because
They want his name to go down, in flames.
They want him to be a wash up, Which that's politics. It's dirty politics, but it's politics.
Like, at least, okay, so he is so smart. Like, with business, he knows exactly how to do stuff. But, like, you look at, like, famous people from the left, like that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez lady. If you listen to some things she said, she is an absolute idiot. She's the stupidest person I've ever listened to.
And here's what I'd say to
she's so stupid.
Like, just
okay.
I'm completely neutral. Like, I just look at things with a neutral lens. I try to. Sometimes you get a little biased, but like just neutrally, I look at it and say, yeah, there have been some Republicans or conservatives that are pretty stupid, like John McCain's running mate. I forget what her name was.
Sarah Palin.
Yeah, she's a little weird.
A little wacko.
She was a little wacky, But
she's from Alaska.
But why would you pick? Why did they put this Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez or whatever as such on a high pulpit to be their spokesperson? Just don't. That doesn't help.
Herself, she personally is gonna bring down the entire left. No, I'm just kidding. But like,
she's not doing it any justice.
She's not like her
She's
Green
not
New
helping the
Deal
cause at all.
Her Green New Deal, right? When she first when you lay out like some of the basic main points, it's like, oh, that sounds great. Cut down emissions. If we don't do this, our world's gonna end in 12 years or whatever.
Fixed income for everybody, like a fixed income.
I don't know if she said that, but she said something about like, oh yeah, we'll just tax people like 70% of their income. Like, are you stupid? No, that's not gonna happen.
What the fuck is that gonna do to help?
She wants to rebuild like every fucking building.
He wants to cut down skyscrapers so birds don't fly into them and die as much. Is
that true? Said that?
Do you know how much money that's gonna cost? Do you know how Yeah.
And how she ran.
So are we not gonna fly airplanes either? Because there's like birds fly into the freaking engine of an airplane.
I just think we should live.
Are we gonna tear down every single windmill too?
Okay.
Or turbine.
Renewable energy, like, it's awesome, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's great.
Yep.
Like out in California, or like everywhere, even like North Dakota, just big expanses of open place. When you see all those windmills,
yep,
it is the ugliest thing. It is disgusting. Like, you would not want that everywhere. In order to produce like enough wind energy to, like, fulfill like a city, you need so many windmills, and it's nasty. I don't want to look at that.
Yeah.
I'd rather freaking burn and die here. Maybe not, but
cows and climate change. She wants to work collaboratively with farmers and ranchers in the United States to eliminate pollution and greenhouse gas emissions from the agricultural sector as much as technologically feasible. So that means cow farts.
Cow farts are deadly.
Which, oh my god, another ad. Which, is smart. Lots of people don't realize that cow farts pollute the ecosystem.
Cow farts?
Yeah.
More than
okay, I don't know if it's not more than cars.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm not going to bet. I heard some crazy fact about it, but then I saw it was like debunked or something.
Well, think about forest fire.
Well, that's like natural.
Is it though?
Yes.
It's still carcinogens.
Yeah, but it's
still this. But wouldn't it still be the same combustion as like an engine exhaust?
Well, combustion for like trees. What does that produce? smoke. CO2.
What? That's pretty much what comes out of a car exhaust.
Yeah, water and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Yeah, CO2.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know if
yeah.
that's the same thing, but
No,
I-
CO2 is carbon dioxide.
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon dioxide is just CO, and then it binds to another O, and that's why it's deadly.
I'm not a physicist.
I don't know that shit.
Come on, man.
But all I'm saying is like, that just seems a little weird. Like, work technical. Like, what do you have like in greenhouses where cows are stored? Like something that captures their fart and what purifies it.
Or we just get rid of cows and stop eating meat. Go all twig eaters.
That is true. I was actually listening. I heard that like one of the biggest things you can do to cut down on your like carbon footprint in this world is stop eating meat. Because yeah, the agriculture business produces so much. You know, not just the cow farts, but just transport, like water usage, chemicals they use. It's
Yep.
terrible.
Yep.
Same with like big like vegans are like, oh yeah, I don't produce any like, you know, bad stuff for the environment. Those big freaking cornfields, those
Yeah.
like they use so many chemicals that all wash into streams and rivers. You know, it's all bad.
I heard a stat. I don't know how true it is that like cornfields and the chemicals that they need to do like keep regrowing that is more like damaging than like oil plants. I don't know how true that is. I don't think it is true.
I mean, but it's a fun thought to entertain.
But I think it is like trying to manipulate the soil and stuff with chemicals and all that crap, pesticides that they put in the earth. Like that does actually harm. You
Well,
know?
we're gonna have to just move to like genetically engineered like meat and food.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Like eventually, we're gonna have just big
Lab grown.
labs that no emissions.
I like myself a fat fucking steak, though. You know?
Yeah,
I don't want to lose the cows, man.
but you won't taste the difference.
Eventually, we're gonna be able to make steak out of just stem cells
I
from.
mean, I guess.
I mean, soon that we're gonna
So
have
we're
to
gonna
hit,
get rid of cars and shit like that too. It's all gonna go
Oh.
electric.
Or hydrogen powered. That'd be cool.
or
I invested in this hydrogen powered company. I forget what it's called. I don't know. Tanked the other day.
so if you lived up here,
Shit.
right, and you had a hydrogen car, and is it right now? -1 degree. How would a hydrogen car work? Would
That
it
is a
have-
good question.
Well,
How would the
how does-
combustion?
well, hydrogen is just like when you mix hydrogen and oxygen, it combusts, and it just produces.
Oh, so it's
O2.
not you. What would you put inside your car?
Just straight up, I'm pretty sure rockets use hydrogen, like they use condensed oxygen, condensed hydrogen, and they just release them together into a chamber. Us, and all that comes
And
out
just
is
are
water.
Are rockets good for the environment then? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think to build them.
Well,
Obviously, they
don't
take a
also
lot of
rocket fuel too?
Okay, I'm not sure if it's just hydrogen, but when hydrogen and oxygen collide, they just produce H2O, water, the only byproduct, and energy.
Really? That's interesting. I didn't know that.
So
More
so
you know.
The more
So you
you
want-
know.
so like how I always thought about it is like you just be putting like water inside your car. Would that be the case with hydrogen then?
I have no idea. You could.
Come on, you're supposed to be the scientist here.
I mean, we don't have very good hydrogen cars. We have hydrogen engines. I don't know how they work. Maybe they have like liquid hydrogen. And they have a little pump.
Yeah.
It'd be just like a. It could be just like
slip a little antifreeze in there
You don't need antifreeze.
if it got cold out.
Yeah, how does that work? Wouldn't it
Liquid
freeze?
hydrogen's not gonna freeze. Do you know how cold it has to get to freeze hydrogen?
Oh, yes, you're right.
Hydrogen, even in negative like 100
How-
degrees, isn't gonna even turn
What's
into
the
a
production?
liquid.
What's the production process of that?
I think
liquid
hydrogen's hard
nitrogen,
to
right?
get because even though hydrogen's the most abundant.
Oh, liquid
Element.
hydrogen.
Wait, what?
Wait, what chemical are you talking about?
Hydrogen. So hydrogen's the most
hydrogen.
abundant chemical in the
Oh, really?
universe, right?
More than crude oil?
Yes, more than crude oil. But like, it's so light. It's all up very high.
Did you guys see the Saudi
atmosphere and
Arabia?
stuff. What about what?
No, not Saudi Arabia. Iraq is actually in the top 20 most powerful countries.
What do they have now? Just a bunch of nukes.
Well, no, it's just because they sit on top of all the oil.
Oh yeah, they have a lot to say.
It's true.
But the U.S. likes to go over there and kind of poke fingers, kind of prod them a bit, say, "Hey, come on, man, give us a little oil."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how
They
it's
do.
said.
They walk in.
I mean,
and they
that's
just-
actually kind of, isn't that how like that's how Desert Storm broke out?
a lot of those wars down in there had something to do with oil,
Yeah.
not everything
Resources.
to do with. That's
And the
why.
humanitarian work's just a bonus.
Yeah. We go over there, we're trying to get oil, and we see that they're just like they're shooting each other in the streets. We're like, oh man, there's terrorists over here.
Oh shucks.
Shoot.
Now what are we gonna do about
I
this?
think we gotta kill them. Oh man, they just flew planes in the Twin Towers. Looks like we have to end those guys. That was a big mistake.
I heard something interesting about the whole Korean War.
Tell me about it.
So, you know how South Korea is like way more advanced than North Korea?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like South Korea actually is like
Very nice.
South Korea is like a
Really
country
nice.
that's like doesn't seem like it's
fast
shit.
innovation in South Korea. Crazy fast. Like they do a lot with robots and AI and stuff like that. But the reason why North Korea is so like backwards is because the U.S. actually bombed them pretty much back to the Stone Age, which was interesting.
What were you saying?
Keep going. We got a little distracted there.
Yeah, we had a little mouse in the studio.
That was when she took her pants off, I was like, "What the hell is she doing?"
No, okay. Wait, so you're saying that
Okay.
South Korea's more advanced?
Back on track,
Yeah,
boys.
a lot of those, countries over there in Asia, like the Asian tigers. Is South Korea one of the Asian tigers?
What do you mean the Asian tigers?
There's like a few.
The hell?
Look it up, Reed.
Okay, I'll look some facts up.
No, I'm saying
Because
when-
there's a few.
during the Korean War. Why North Korea is so behind is because we bombed them back to the Stone Age.
The only reason they're so behind is because they have a communist government, and communism sucks.
Well,
And
that
we
too.
might have bombed back this.
Well, yeah.
The
Like-
4 Asian tigers: Hong Kong, Singapore, South Korea, and Taiwan.
Oh,
Yeah, those are like some of the most fastest growing economies in the world, and they're super innovative.
Yep.
Yeah,
Highly developed economies.
it's like I think it's
which is
like
interesting
Hong
because
Kong.
they are communist.
So the deal with Hong Kong, right? So they were part of Britain, I think, right? And then China's like, give us Hong Kong back. So Britain's like, okay, we'll give you Hong Kong back but for 40 years, your communist government cannot have anything to do with them. They're like, okay, fine, whatever. And then there's like no like business restrictions. There's like no business tax. There's like a flat like 15% tax over there for everyone, every business, everything. There's no like standards. There's no like safety precautions for any businesses, any individuals, and the economy there just boomed. It's like one of the craziest economies in the entire world because there was zero restrictions. People just did what they wanted, and it was straight free market capitalism over there, and it
Wow.
just rocketed up to the top.
And
But-
it worked? Like,
It worked. Like look at Hong Kong now.
that's true.
They're chilling. They're
That's
booming.
interesting.
Yeah, because that's the one city in all of China that isn't communist or like section.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works now, but when they first split from when
Fucking
Britain first gave it
America
back.
should do that. That'd fix all our problems.
Well, we kind of built that model.
Well, yeah, we're slipping away from it though.
Yeah, we are, but like, I just don't get like who thinks that's a good idea. Like we look like there's so much proof that communism doesn't work. Like the fall of the Soviet Union. And
No
China
communist
back-
country has
back
ever
in-
worked.
Yeah, back in the day, like during World War II, China was weak. They're getting their butts whooped by Japan. They're getting ransacked, and that's because they were not that powerful economy. And then now America wants to become communist. That doesn't seem smart.
Nah, the communism people.
We're gonna turn away from the platform that we built.
It's more socialist is what people want. What's the difference between socialism and communism? Is there anything really?
I mean, not really.
'Cause-
I mean,
But for either one of them, people think, oh yeah, we can just be socialists and it's gonna work out fine. Like you need to have like people at gunpoint in order for like socialism to work. 'Cause
yeah,
why would the doctor who makes $500,000 a year want to give 75% of his money to people who don't work? It's just not fair.
yeah. Socialistic, like, environments, you'd say, lots of it is controlled by fear.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very fear-driven.
Oh, it's 100% fear.
philosophy. You know,
Unless you're
Very
poor,
much so.
like, but all the people who are making 50% of the people are gonna be like, man, this sucks, and 50% of the people are gonna be like, wow, this is great. You know?
because it's basically the biggest human experiment of like what's better. You know, like free market, like capitalism, or communism. You know, and it's like what's better if we control humans or we let humans run free.
Like on paper, like if you just kind of think about it, like without really thinking about it, communism and socialism are like perfect, right? In a perfect world where nobody was like selfish and nobody wanted anything,
Yeah,
like communism would be the best way to like advance the society. But
that's just not how it is.
people
No.
aren't like that. No
Yeah.
one wants to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
It's
it-
what?
it's just funny.
Like even like for countries like in like Northern Europe and stuff, like Sweden and Denmark and Norway and stuff, people kind of point to those as good examples of socialist countries. Those countries are not that socialist at all. They just they have big
some
governments.
aspects.
They have big governments that
Yeah.
control a lot, but they are not socialist.
Yeah, most of it's like we're like in the healthcare section.
Yeah, they're
You know,
pretty. They're democratic. They elect their leaders, which I guess you can do in a socialist place, but like the
Yeah.
government doesn't control everything over there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you've got on the far right, free market capitalism, then on the far left you have communism, and then there's a bunch of different steps in between those 2 points where it's like they kind of meld, but like that's none of those the countries you just named are full communism or
Yeah.
socialism.
It'd basically be like America, but we just raise our taxes to like 75%, and then
And get free
everything was
healthcare.
paid for us.
Education,
Free school, free healthcare.
which that would actually not be that smart. I'd rather take my money and be able to do something else with it.
I'd
I
rather
wanna go
take
to
that
college.
75% of my money, and if I don't want to go to college, be able to spend it on myself, other than have to pay it for someone else to go to college.
100%.
I think that's it for today, boys. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully, this was a little bit more entertaining or enlightening. We're trying to kind of bring more wholesome talks into our podcast a little bit.
A little bit, we're still gonna talk about
we
the
did kind of
fucking
get
shit that you guys love.
We've been being called immature, disgusting.
The haters. The
Yeah,
haters.
the haters have been hating, but we don't let that get to us.
Yes,
So
the haters have been heard and dispersed.
Yes.
That made no sense,
done
but
away with.
that's what happened.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
But we love you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, whatever you do. We are available on Google Podcasts, Spotify, and
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
It's the Stain Podcast.
The Stain Podcast. Make sure you follow, make sure you like, and we'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Peace out.